What's up, pedalheads? It's your main man, Eddie Monster here, and that's right. I've got a new edition of 5 minutes or less for you. That's right, heavy metal reviews at breakneck speeds. That's what we do here. Of course, always subscribe to the channel. Every subscription is greatly appreciated. But today we are checking out Leather Temple by Carpenter Brut, which is the third album in the trilogy that featured Leather Teeth, went into Leather Terror, and now we're here. And Leather Terror is the first time I ever heard Carpenter Brut, especially the track Imaginary Fire with Greg Puciato, one of my favorite tracks. But I love it. This dark synth wave, whatever you want to call it, it is awesome. Dance metal is another term that I've been hearing about them. But this album, I'm just going to tell you from beginning to end, feels very cinematic. It's an adventure that you go on from start to finish, and you can imagine what is going on every time you listen to one of these tracks. And that is something that I love about this kind of music, is that you can just escape in the moment when you're hearing it. And he does such an amazing job of shifting in and out, of doing these epic synthwave compositions, mixing in with the metal and everything inside. It's awesome. Such tracks as Major Threat, which feels like a high energy kind of track that you envision that you're either in some racing game, or maybe, if you're watching Tron, this would be something that, would have been in the Tron films or Drive or any of those other kind of racing type movies. This is one of those tracks. Leather Temple is the title track itself, is another great example of that whole dance metal thing. It beautifully transitions itself throughout the whole track. Flawless job. And I mean, he's had 3 albums to do this. The guy has got it down. Then we go on to Neon Requiem, which is probably one of my favorite tracks on the whole album. It's very cinematic, and it just, for some reason in my head, right, I'm picturing it in this training montage, right, where somebody is trying to accomplish something, and they're in this training mode. To be quite frank, I envisioned Rocky at first when I was listening to this track, but we're going to go on the theme of racing and stuff like that, and, it's awesome. Neon Requiem, one of my favorite songs in the whole album. And then you got Speed or Perish, which is another amazing track because it feels dramatic, right? It feels like it's this pivotal point in the story where he's, or she, whatever, is trying for the glory, and they're almost there. But then there's this real dramatic pause in the tempo and everything. Beautiful. Just absolutely beautiful, amazing. And then you got The End Complete, which is another one of my favorite. These are all my favorite tracks, by the way. And The End Complete really feels like that, right? What the title suggests. It's this epic feeling that everything has been accomplished. The journey has finally come to an end. It's fucking beautiful. I love it, right? I gave the album 4.88 stars out of 5. I think it has a possibility of being album of the year for me. I'm just saying, it's awesome. You need to go check it out, but make sure you visit his Bandcamp page to support the album. And there, for you guys, right there, Leather Temple, Carpenter Brut. And then, by the way, he's also on tour with Health, so if you want to go see them, it starts March 31st in San Francisco, and it runs to May 4th in Dallas, Texas. Make sure you go and see Health and Carpenter Brut. It's going to be awesome. The Conflict Leather Tour. All right, that's going to do it for us here. Make sure, as always, you subscribe to the channel. Every subscription is greatly appreciated. Check them out. Carpenter Brut, Leather Temple. Stay metal.